She spent a few years growing out her eyebrows, and this is as much as she got, unfortunately. But I'm going to create a fuller brow look, so you definitely want to stick around. And I'm going to use mainly the bottom part of her eyebrows to shape and to make it fuller. Let's measure first. Middle of the nostril, 90-degree angle. This is how far the brow should come in. And I'm just making this little mark, and I'm also creating an outline just to show you how full her brows can get with a little bit of makeup. There's going to be a lot of makeup, so stick with me here. And this is the little piece of hair down there that I'm going to get rid of. She doesn't need that because it just creates more gaps. So once it's properly shaped, as you can see, I did leave some hairs behind. Now here I'm using brow primer. The primer has no color. It feels like velvet. Just apply this all around the eyebrows because it's going to help the powder to, as you can see right here, grab. And you're only using a little bit, especially up in the front. You don't want to use too much. It's all about creating an outline and creating a background. You don't need much because, as you can see right here, it makes the brows come to life just a little, right? A little goes a long way, especially when you have that primer underneath. You notice that I froze the brush right up in the front here. If you lay the brush this way and raise it up, you're getting a light background. If you're going this way, back and forth, you're getting the front to be too dark. This is just enough for that outline, and this is probably all that you may need. So right towards the middle and the end of the eyebrow, this is when I'm generous with the amount of color. The end, you can afford to go a little bit darker, and she has a little bit of hair down towards the end, right? But a little darker goes a long way. And here I'm using a brow pen to add a little bit of hair strokes. This is optional. You don't have to do this, but by applying some of that powder to begin with, it creates that easy background. You notice that I start at the middle to the end because the first application is always your heaviest. And this is where you can just be a little generous and just go for it. Inside that outline that you created up in the front, I'm very light-handed, and I'm just using the tip of the pen just to create these little lines in an angle. But you know what? It can get a little intense and it can get a little scary. So make sure you use that highlighter and go back a little bit with that powder over the pen because it can give a softer look right up here because, again, the pen can get a little intense. So just go back and you can already see some hair strokes on me, right? And a beautiful finish with the clear brow gel. And look at this beautiful before and after. Save and share the love.